Hello, percussion. All right, I think we have two, maybe three percussionists coming into our symphonic band this year. We're gonna have to work this out. This is gonna be a lot more difficult and a lot trickier to do than any of the other instruments, any of the other families in our band. Specifically because you don't have most of this equipment at home. So what we'll probably work on doing is having you guys come in, since we will still have some in-seat instruction and things like that, set up a time for you to come into the room and record some of this stuff with me. And so it'll just be the two of you. I think we can get away with that. We can be 6 feet apart and do all that. So we'll figure this out together. So let's walk through this. So we have percussion 1, percussion 2, percussion 3. By the way, we're on Tears of Arizona in case you didn't know, because it did say in the title that for this. Anyways, if you didn't watch my video on the overview of Tears of Arizona, please do that first. Pause the video, this video, go back, do that one, then come back. Otherwise, have some sticks available. Maybe we'll play through some stuff, but I'm going to kind of walk you through all the different parts. If you have all the parts printed out, that'd be the best. Okay, so we have percussion 1, percussion 2, percussion 3, vibraphone, bells. Usually the way things are done is percussion 1, 2, and 3. 2 and 3, usually you can handle maybe one person, sometimes you need two. I'm looking at a percussion 2, we're gonna need 2 people handling that. You know what, in percussion 3, we're gonna need 2 people handling that too. So really, we've got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 different parts between it all. It's a virtual band, so we have no worries on this. We can handle it all. Let's take a look at percussion 1 first. We've got 2 toms and the shaker. So here we have our toms over here. That could be tuned higher. I'm not going to worry about right now. I'll just go with it. Okay, so if we look at this music, it says low, mid, and low toms. Doom da dum, doo doom da da dum, doom da dum dum doo dum. Okay, so that's going to be the notes on the top. If we look at the notes on the bottom, it says shaker in measure 16. See that? It says shaker. So all those notes on the bottom that's super simple. That's just our, 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 1 and 2. Rule with the shaker is, unless we have a metal shaker that's got some good, more dynamic possibilities to it, if it's a wood shaker, it really just stays loud because you got to carry it above the band. All of your auxiliary percussion, like the shaker, we play above the band. When we're in person, we play above the band like this. So, and the shaker is held between 2 fingers and a thumb, and back and forth like this. Okay, so the accents can be like this, 1 and, forward and back. Whole thing in shakers and maracas, and people get really good at doing these things. Okay, this one is going to be, there's no accent, so we really want just back and forth. The front needs to be the same as the back as far as sound. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 all the way to about da 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 235. So dot da 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 dot da 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 dot da da da. They're in measure 34, and then you come back in 51. And we got it. Okay, so that's the shaker part. Now, in 41, we have, I've got mine set up high and low, high on my right, low on my left. So I'm going to go low, high, high, rest, do, doom, da, 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 doom, da, da, do, doom, da, 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 do, doom, da, da, do, doom, da, 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 doom, da, da, do, doom. Now, looking at this rhythm, it just repeats. It's a repetitive, it's pretty much completely repeated. There's just a little change. So measure 14, look at measure 16, same exact notes, totally repeated. Measure 15 and measure 17, there's a slight variation. 15 goes 1, 2, and 3. Measure 17 goes 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3. So just count measure 14 and 15 with me. Ready? And 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3. Let's just do that a couple times. Ready? 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3. Doon, da, got, doon, da, da. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3. Now, clapping the rhythm, not the beat. I was just giving you the pulse, the beat. Let's clap the rhythm together. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3. All right, now using our hands, the one on the bottom, and put that into your left hand. Remember, we're opposite of each other, okay? So put that into your left hand. Here we go. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3. Left, right, left, right, right. Doon, da da, doo doon, da da da, doon, da da, doo doon, da da da, doon, da da, doo doon, da da da. And then in measure 17 though, so that's 14, 15, 16, 17 goes 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3. So here's what you got. Measure 14 and 15 is repeated in 18 and 19. So technically the pattern is 14 to 18, 4 measures worth, but measures 1 and 2 are almost completely repeated in 3 and 4. Making sense so far? And if I'm dumbing this down too much for you, just bear with me and just say, no, I got it. But, unfortunately, you can't tell me that, so you're just sitting there, I wish you could hear me, but you're recording. I understand. Move on. Just be patient, okay? Because I don't know where you're at yet. As I get to know you, I'll know a little bit better how to guide these videos for you. Okay, so here we go. If you have sticks, you can play them on your laps. If you have toms at home, a drum set, you can do it on the 2 toms. Measures 14, you know, and I'm just going to take this sheet and take it with me so I can see, because I'm old and it's okay for me to squint a little bit and get a little closer. All right, measure 14, here we go. 1, ready, and. I tried walking it out there for a second, then I got off a little bit as I was, trying to kind of walk through it. It's a really good thing to do as a percussionist. A lot of them are percussionists, they're back there, especially since you guys, we have a marching band, you can, kind of feel that marching as you're practicing your stuff, Yeah, helps. All right, then we have the same thing at 51. That is percussion 1 of Tears of Arizona. Now, here's the thing. That's all you got. So not bad and not too hard, not too difficult, because it's repeated and then you're done. Hey, pretty cool. Now, you're not done because we only have a couple, 3 percussionists, so there's more parts for you to handle since we can do this virtually and I can get you recorded a few times. I'll handle a couple of these as well in the recordings for us if need be. Okay, so that's Tears of Arizona Part 1. Part 2, we have the floor tom and the bass drum. So the floor tom I got over here. I can set that here, Of course, it doesn't get to play quite like that, unfortunately, but, it is. Now, here on the floor tom, measure 18, that's on that middle line, and then the bass drum is handled if you look at 26 on the dotted half note, so we've got, that needs to be tuned up. Man, we're rattling around down here. Okay, I got a little work to do on this stuff to get it sounding good before you come in to record. Something's rattling, and I will bet it's a pencil that's been dropped in the bass drum because some numbskull thinks that it's, oh, that'd be interesting. I wonder what happens if I put the pencil in this. Oh, no, it's in the drum. Mr. Jax, I can't get my pencil. Anyways, that's why we have rattles in bass drums quite often. All right, I'm going to put this melt there. We'll talk about bass drum technique here in a second. Floor tom. So measure 18. We have rest, rest, dum, dum, dum. Dum, 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 dum. This takes that nice, need for the feeling of pulse and hammers it through. So we have that repeated 18 and 26. Measure 26. Now we take that same rhythm, but now it's doubled. And this is where we really start pulling at the, as I say, heartstrings of the audience, saying, feel this music, experience some emotion. So we have 18, dum, 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 2, 3, 1, 2, dum, 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 2, 3, 1, 2, dum, 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 2, 3, 1, 2, dum, 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 2, 3, bass drum, dum, 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 bass drum, dum, 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 dum. So now it's just driving it, and then coming into 35, we have dum, 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 dum. It's like, no, really feel this. That's a percussion is kind of screaming it out. So let's try this at 18. Again, if you have a floor tom, a drum set at your house, you can use a floor tom and play with me, or you can use your lap. Here we go. 18. 1, ready, and rest, rest. 2, 3, 1, 2. 2, 3, 1, 2. 2, 3, 1, 2. 2, 3, 1, 2. Rest, 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 rest. Right? And I didn't notice 3 before 35. Crescendo, 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 da da. Right? We come back to the piano and then bring it right back up. That's pretty cool. Okay, and then we have in measure 49 on the tom. So bass drum comes in 2 measures before that, but in 49 we have dum, 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 dum. Now what's cool is you're joining the clarinets and the flutes on this part, where that bass drum is with the trumpets and the trombones and the brass on the downbeat. So we have the bass drum and probably another instrument here in the percussion area coming in on 1, and then the tom with the flutes and the clarinets and saxes. So you've got this dom da da dum dom da da dum dom da da dum dom da da dum ba da dum in measure 51, and that's that opening, and everybody now is united again, coming into the melody at 51. It's pretty cool. Good writing. Okay, so we have at 49 da da dum da da dum dum da da dum da da dum rest 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 da da dum tika dum rest da da dum rest 3 and 1 2 3 and 1 2 3 and 1 2. Now, me as your conductor, when I see a ritardando there in measure 63, slow down, right? I often will hit the brakes just a little bit before, because especially with the percussion going dum, da, dum, dum, and I might require you to kind of help me put on those brakes, slow down in, because I like to slow down a lot, because coming into 67, there's a whole different tempo change. That's this beautiful lyrical section. I like to slow down even more than it says to at 67. Slow down even more so that we get to 67, I can kind of release the band into this nice lyrical feel. And it accents that intensity before that. That contrast is really important. Okay, now, that is percussion 2. Sorry, you guys have a long video because we have so much to cover. Everybody else is like between 7 and 10 minutes. You're going to have like 6 hours to work right now. No, I'm totally kidding. We're going to wrap this up by 20 minutes at the most. Hopefully a little bit sooner than that. Oh, we have that bass drum part. Okay, so bass drum. When we play the bass drum, I like to kind of have it angled to where I can have my hand. I really prefer to have a cloth, but I don't see a cloth here. I could use my shirt sleeve for now. Look kind of goofy. And so I can kind of dampen it as needed. Do you hear that floppiness? Yeah, that needs to be tuned up. The other side sounds good. This also could use a little dampener on it. So anyways, that's what I'm going to kind of do with this here. Okay, so we have, we come in at 26 with a 1, 2, 3, rest, da, da, dum, 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 dum. So there at 29, we have 1, 2, and 1, 1 and 2, and 3, and 1. So that dotted quarter note, eighth note tied to a quarter note, rhythm, that's really fun, and the whole band has it. So the bass drum really helps accent that. Right? So we have 26, we have 1, 2, 3, rest, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, da, 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 2, 3, rest, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, rest, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then 4 before 51, on that bass drum part, that's going to need to be right on 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, with the band, really important, 2, 3, and then it's also because this is not quite soft enough, but anyways, 51, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, da, 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 1, 2, 3, and then we're done with the bass drum part. So these, wow. Yeah, that bass drum and the suspended cymbal are the underrated magic makers in my book, and timpani to an extent too, although they're pretty highly valued. But that cymbal, suspended cymbal and the bass drum are the magic makers in our band. They're the ones that really can evoke the most emotion from the audience, even in some ways more than the entire band itself. So, speaking of that, looking at percussion 3, we have crash cymbal, suspended cymbal, bar, chimes, and triangle. So the triangle is also an instrument that is, here it is, underrated. All of our auxiliary percussion tends to be underrated. So there's, and I'm sorry, I've got it on this strap because I couldn't find any string around. So this is just the best I got for now. So bear with me, please. Okay, so this is usually played like, I mean, I wish I had the string, you know. You know, and so it's held like this, and then you dampen with your fingers here. I don't know. You know. Okay, so that's, you want to get in the habit of holding it like this, and I'll work with you a little bit more on this. But the triangle, you know, you want to hold it, again, up high to where the audience can hear it. 1, 2, so that's on beat 3 of the first measure. And then we have the bar chimes. I don't have them out right now. They're tucked away in the cabinet. I'm not going to get them out, but that's on beat 3. Use your fingers to kind of tickle them along a little bit. And then beat 1 of measure 4. And then there in measure 7, do you see that fall? It's that you kind of start and then you work your way out a little bit further, and then beat 3 on measure 7 again. Same thing going on through these sections. Not difficult. Suspended cymbal in measure 24. Here's the rule with suspended cymbal. It doesn't hurt to warm it up a little bit before you're supposed to start playing it. So if I see that coming up in measure 24, I've been counting 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3. I start warming it up, and then here we go, and take my time. To measure 26. Now it says here, it says to muffle. I think what it means to do is choke. Maybe it's not choke so much as maybe it's to muffle it. Maybe he doesn't want it automatically choked. Maybe that's what he's asking for there. So that's it. And then 59, we have a crash cymbal on 51. So shh, and then somebody comes in the crash cymbals to really accent that crescendo. Not difficult. And then some more bar chimes. Okay. Percussion 1, 2, and 3 are done. Covered. We'll keep working on this. Now, vibraphone. Woohoo! Here we go. Let's get these sticks on out of my way. This can go there. These can go here. Okay, now, I don't know what your experience is with piano, vibraphone, the barred instruments. We call these barred instruments because there's bars. And so you may have to kind of work into this slow. And I'm going to just have to ask you. Now, it says pedal here in measure 12. Okay, so we have a few notes before that. We have a a G. Let's see. I want to play that right here in the middle. Okay, very nice, very pretty. Then let it off. Then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 B flat, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now that 8 VA means we move up an octave to an A and a D. Beautiful. And then measure 12, we have G, D, G, D. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now in 26 we have some kind of repeated rhythms. So we have, and I'm going to say, what's nice is we have then D, G, D, B flat, B flat, dum, dum. And if you don't know how to use the pedals, basically right now just think of it, put the pedal down at the end or at the beginning of the next, let it up at the beginning of the next measure. All right, so here we go. We have da-da-dum, 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 dum, bum, bum. At 26 through that section. Really cool part, right? Sounds magic. Okay, then we have G, 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 G. Now, because these are all G's, in my opinion, you can just leave that pedal down for that. Okay, then measure 47, we have some rest. Now, this is fun. You're playing this part. You remember I was talking about this before. The bass drum and all that coming on those downbeats. Downbeats. The floor tom came in with the flute and the clarinet. Dum da da dum, dum da da dum, dum da da dum, dum da da dum, ba da dum. You know, woohoo! So, I know, guys, I'm weird. So, anyways, the vibraphone gets to play with the flute and the clarinet with that floor tom. So the bass drum goes dum. Oops, B flat. Ooh, I was not playing E flat earlier. Well, I didn't have any E's, so that's okay. So, all right. So we have boom, 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 boom. Pretty cool, right? So if you have a piano, go ahead and get over to the piano, or if you have a bell kit at home, which I hope you do. If you don't, let me know and we'll get you a bell kit so you can at least try to do this at home. And if you're comfortable with it, go ahead and play along with me. Otherwise, you can just kind of listen to it and then listen to the recording, and we'll sort it out together later. Send me messages. Let me know. Hey, Mr. Jackson, I'm not understanding this. Help me. We can do Google Meets. We can work this stuff out because I know not all percussionists are comfortable with the xylophones and vibraphones. All right, so 17, we have E flat and D twice, and then we have D and C twice. So rest, da-da-dum, thump, da-da-dum, rest, da-da-dum, rest, da-da-dum, bum. And then we go right into this. Dum, da-da-dum, bum, da-da-dum, G, B flat, A. So dum, da-da-dum, bum, da-da-dum, 3 times, 4 times, then F, then twice on that. And then we go to A. A, da da dum, bum, ba 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 da dum, bum. Now it's okay if, like I was, you're missing some notes. I haven't looked at this before. I haven't practiced it. With some practice, you'll get that stuff. But you know, do your best to look up and down, and don't be afraid of hitting the wrong notes. You're getting the idea, and the hands will eventually follow. It's good to get your eyes up, and don't be afraid of playing wrong notes. So let's play through that one more time, and I won't stop this time. We'll just get that feeling for you. I know we're approaching on 24 minutes now, so it's going to be a 30-minute video for you guys. Sorry, percussion, it's just the way it goes. Here we go. 47, 1, ready, and rest. you have this nice, you know. We have it again a little later on. And then you can practice this little. Oh, that's gorgeous. It brought it back to a C, D, D, which is a sixth in the chord, which is just beautiful. Check that out. That is magic right there, that part. That's going to be really important. And that's going to be really slow. Now you have a lot of the same stuff on the bells, the bell part. You know, so at 35 we have stuff like this G and G. And on bells, that just adds this nice light, again, mystical kind of ethereal feel to it. And then you're going to have the melody, the harmony part at 51 here. Actually, it's not harmony, it's still melody, it's just up an octave. Right, and then, so if you've learned that part on the vibraphone, it goes straight into the bells, so you can cover both parts. Okay, so, guys, do not despair. These will not always be 30-minute videos or 27 coming on minute video. We'll cover fewer parts, you know, tackle a little bit at a time. So just for now, to get you started, I wanted to give it all to you so that you could practice over break a little bit and, you know, have this stuff available to you. All right. So have fun. That's the biggest part. Have fun. Enjoy this stuff. Practice a lot. Get to know your instrument. Spend time with them so you have a relationship with that instrument. That's the thing. All right. Until I see you in the next video, have a good time practicing, practicing, practicing.